Hello everybody, welcome back to Lead the Way with Dr. John Joseph. It's a joy to be back. Today I want to talk about a very important aspect of your leadership. How do you pick your staff or the people that work with you? Through the years of leading people in every organization, in the early days, funds are low, energy is high, ideas are many, and your things you want to drive are so many, but you need people to work with you. The challenge when the organization is young, the number of people that want to volunteer to be part of your organization are not many. So you don't have a big pool to pick from. And so we end up working with those that we have. But eventually, when you work with just those you have, you're going to burn your fingers because of certain aspects of people's character. When you pick people, we're going to look in the next 3-4 topics. We're going to look at 4 key signs of how do you pick your staff. Number 1, you look for character. I heard this from Bill Hybels, John Maxwell, and many other leaders that talked about these 4 key aspects of picking your staff. Number 1, you pick them for their character. Number 2, you pick them for their competence. Number 3, you pick them for the chemistry they have with the team. And number 4, you pick them for the culture they want to subscribe to. So we'll be looking at these 4 aspects in the coming sessions. But number 1, today we're going to talk about the first and the foremost important thing of picking staff is you want to find somebody with character. If you find someone with character, there's so much less to really work on. And there's always this tug between competence and character. I got somebody highly skilled, very good, but not teachable. That's not somebody you want to pick because you want to have someone, rather someone who doesn't know everything but is willing to learn, than have someone who knows everything but is not willing to learn. So competence is about what you are able to do. Character is who you are. Character is not an act. Character is more than an act. It is who you are when nobody's watching you. What do you do with your life when nobody is really watching you? Truly, character is the speaker of who you are following. Some people say, I follow Jesus. And when somebody says, I follow Jesus, you mean to say, I'm not just following him as being king, I'm following to become like him. Your character is a reflection of who you're following, because who you're following becomes your nature. A lot of people go to school, they follow their friends. Many people in their homes, they follow their parents. Your character is a reflection of who you're following. So character is known by what you do for people, especially the people that can't give it back to you, give back into your life or bless you back into your life. What would you do for people that held not much value in your life? So character being so critical, so vital in leadership. I've seen through the years of being in leadership, working with Christian leaders particularly, when some people have a moral failure or something like that, other leaders try to move them from one location to another, expecting that if I change their location, maybe their character will change. In an organization, you might move them from one particular post or to another place, thinking if I move their place, their character would change. Moving place or position will not change people's character. Character needs training. And if they got faulty character, the faulty character came because they trained to be faulty, because their environment, maybe because of various other things. But if you want to change that character, you need retraining of character. Every one of our character, we have good character and we have bad character. And so good character, it's great, it's brilliant, but bad character needs retraining. Are you willing to retrain your bad character? So changing circumstance alone will not help. Daniel was blameless in his generation. They couldn't find anything wrong with him. Joseph was blameless in Potiphar's house. He was in a catch-22 situation, but he ran from there, just got out of there because he didn't want to sin against God. What did that do for him? It got both of them into a place of leadership. Your character, your charisma will take you into places of influence, but your character is the only thing that will keep you there. So Charles Reed said once like this. He said, you sow a thought, you will reap an act. You sow an act, you will reap a habit. You sow a habit, you will reap a character. And you sow your character, you will reap your destiny. Your character is going to determine where you're going to end up in life. Not your skill, not your capability, not your ability. So watch out your character, because it is so extremely important. Many people, they're insecure and are so selfish. So when they come to work with any ministry, any organization, the question on their mind is, what is in it for me? If I work with you, what do I get? What's the advantage for me? So constantly we're looking at my advantage, which is basically rooted from insecurity, rather than saying, what does God want from me? What am I here to give? Rather than just asking, what am I here to get? Do you add value to the organization? Or is your major focus, what can I get? It's more about being somebody than doing something. Character defines your being and competence defines your doing. So in short, as I wrap up, as a leader, God would want you to be a great example. And so you need to be rooted and grounded in character. Others are going to look to you. So what is character going to do for you finally in your organization? Let me leave you with 7 thoughts. What character is going to do or help you. How it can help you in your business. How it will help you in your ministry. How it will help you in the years to come. Number 1, character creates trust. People will trust you. When you say something, they will believe you. But if you're a poor character, nobody will want to trust you. Number 2, character creates respect. A lot of people come to an organization ministry. There are a lot of competence, very little respect. Because respect doesn't come from skill alone. Respect comes from character. The initial respect comes from skill. People will say, whoa, he's really good at this. But after a while, when they see character, they'll evaluate you in another place. So character creates trust. Number 2, character creates respect. Number 3, character creates demand for your skill and for your leadership. If you have character, people want to work under you. If you got character, people would feel loved and cared for, and they say, hey, this is the guy I want to hang around with. Nobody wants to hang around with somebody who's rude and brash and shouting and screaming all the time. Your character creates demand for your skill and demand for your leadership. Number 4, your character creates excellence. It raises the standards. You constantly are telling yourself, hey, we need to push this, we need to raise this, we need to lift this up. Your character creates excellence. Everything you do, you will say, I want to do the best job with this. Number 5, your character creates a love in your heart for people. People would say, you'd say in your heart, am I just doing this because I want a result, or do I really care for them? Character creates care for people. Number 6, your character will create you to be a model. You will be the model. Like Paul said, follow me as I follow Christ. You'll become a model. Even in your organization, you become a model. They will say, hey, let's grow up to be like this guy. Oftentimes in my life, I have desired to grow to be like others. I've heard others say, when I grow up, I want to be like Dr. John, or maybe someone else, or I want to be like a Mahatma Gandhi, I want to be a Mother Teresa. When you carry character, people say, hey, when I grow up, I want to be a model like this. Finally, your character will leave a legacy. When you carry character, you leave a legacy, a signature behind, that not only were you good at something, but also you stood out as an example of a tremendous character. You will leave a legacy. So, lead well. Number 1, when you look for character, you are looking for the right person to be on your staff. So be one of character and look for people with character. It'll help you in your journey of leadership. Welcome, thank you. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. Looking forward to seeing you keep growing in leadership with Lead the Way by Dr. John.